resolute of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches, there's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside, every man is destined for his hour.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went, not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his worth is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you try. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
You are now entering another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of critical thinking. A journey to a wondrous land with boundaries that of clarification. Your next stop, the Sanity Zone.
Trump's policies would throw us into a recession, the last thing we need.
Some of those jobs of the past are just not going to come back. He just says, well, I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how exactly are you going to negotiate that? What magic wand do you have?
The Dow, well, it's gone up for 8 straight sessions, and it will go up, at least at the opening bell, again today.
Companies are hiring. We know layoffs are down and companies are hiring.
Unemployment for African Americans fell to a new low of 5.9%. Female job seekers, a low as well, 3.4%.
Jobless claims dropping to 3.8%. In fact, we've only seen a number that low since 1969.
Even the New York Times has to admit it. Check out this report. We ran out of words to describe how good the jobs numbers are.
You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. What's up, people? It's getting good out there. The political theater that's going on out there. It's incredible how now Mueller's team, Mueller, I forget what to call him. Robert Mueller, the special prosecutor. Let's call him special prosecutor. They're really going after Trump right now. They are full tilt going after him, right? So now it's gotten to the point of Donald Trump affairs. Did he pay off anybody? This investigation started with collusion. And it shows you that this investigation has literally gone way off course, right? But it also shows you what Trump is saying. This deep state is trying to get him at all costs, right? So what they're trying to get him now, and oh my God, I've heard it for the last few days. They have Trump with campaign finance violation. It's what the media is telling you right now. They have Trump with campaign finance violations because he ordered Michael Cohen, his personal lawyer, his fixer at the time, to pay off Stormy Daniels and some other lady, McDougal. I think Carol McDougal or something like that. So, now this isn't illegal. You're allowed to pay people to not talk about you. People go get into non-disclosure agreements all the time. All the time. Right? And that's not an illegal part. I don't see what the illegal part is, right? So Michael Cohen is looking at 65 years in prison. He pleads down to 3 to 5 years. I have Paul in the studio right now. I'll look at it in a music break, Paul. So he came in to interrupt me because, he wants to throw me off of explaining. People are all about propaganda. And everybody's part of the propaganda machine. So, Michael Cohen pleads from 65 years to 3 to 5. And all of a sudden, for the media and everybody, now all of the Democrats, Michael Cohen is the truth teller. So he pleads to a deal. He never gets a trial or anything like that. He pleads to a deal, gets in front of the judge and says exactly what the prosecutor asked him to say, because that's part of the deal. And now he's a truth teller. I guess if you hate Trump, you could go there. You could say, well, we have to believe Michael Cohen, even though we thought he was a literal scumbag before this. This guy was like one of the mafia lawyers and all of that. But I heard it all from the people. When Cohen was defending Trump, he was the worst person on the planet. Now that he's trying to save his own hide, and not from this election finance stuff that he pleaded to, he has other problems with the taxi medallions in New York City. Those are the major charges. Because misfiling an election finance form or forgetting to file, the Obama administration did that. $2 million of that. And all they got was a fine and a slap on the wrist, right? Right? No, they kept it civil. They kept it a civil case. And that's what I was hearing now from Joe Ugly. Well, the difference between Obama's election, the campaign finance problems that he had, $2 million. We're talking about with Trump, $150,000. And if you add both of them together, $280,000. The difference between Trump and Obama's campaign problems is that Obama's was a civil case. Yes, because depending on the prosecutor, depending on the Justice Department that you have, Eric Holder was never going to hold Obama to the fire. Never. So he got a fine. Now, Trump, if he violated any campaign because he paid it out of his own pocket, let's just say let's play that he violated the campaign finance laws. Let's play that game. So let's say Trump, what he did was lend his own campaign money, lend his own campaign money to pay that, which he didn't do. He didn't run it through the campaign. But let's just say that they're taking it like that. Like he used campaign funds because he lent himself money. Because he didn't use anybody else's money. So if he did that, then it would be that he didn't file the appropriate paperwork, which means he should get what Obama got, right? A fine. That's all I'm saying. Obama didn't disclose $2 million that came into his campaign. People go, well, that's different. You know, Trump was paying for one of his affairs. Yeah. That's not illegal. It's actually more illegal to take in extra money and not say anything about it. Trump didn't do that. Trump was taking money out of his own pocket to pay somebody to stay quiet so it doesn't affect his family. Different thing. You know, but like I said, we play these games that now this is an impeachable offense or this is a crime because somebody pleads. First off, a plea agreement is not a verdict. So Trump is not a co-conspirator, an unindicted co-conspirator like they were saying. It's not. It's a plea deal that lives on its own. It has nothing to do with Trump. It's a plea deal. It's not a verdict. He's not an unindicted co-conspirator because there was no trial. Anyway, so, look, I'm not a lawyer. You should go check what I'm saying. Like, you should go check everything I say. But you have Alan Dershowitz, a liberal attorney. I was reading earlier, I think it was Huffington Post, that said Trump supporter Alan Dershowitz. No, he's not a Trump supporter. Alan Dershowitz is a liberal lawyer, and he's calling everybody out on this. He's calling everybody out on this because this is not a crime. It shouldn't be seen as a crime of him paying somebody to shut up. But, you know, let's keep going. Let's play this game. It's funny because I had called out. I called out Wednesday. I wasn't here. And it was the night before was when the news broke about Cohen. And so when I came in yesterday, you know, I have back issues that cause migraines and back spasms. So I was out for a day. So when I came in yesterday, they said, what happened? What happened? You caught a migraine because Michael Cohen turned on the president? I was like, what? This isn't new news. I said this on Monday. This is not new news. And everybody was saying, you remember when Rudy Giuliani came out when he first started representing the president? And he was doing his media rounds, going through all the media, and then he said, Trump paid. Trump paid. He reimbursed Michael Cohen. So the money came from Trump. And everybody would go, oh my God, Rudy Giuliani, he admitted something. What is it? Giuliani's crazy now? Oh, maybe Giuliani's senile. So it's two people who are senile, Rudolph Giuliani and the president. This is what was being said months ago when Giuliani came out and said that. And it turns out Giuliani foresaw exactly where Robert Mueller was going. Exactly where the prosecutor was going. So Giuliani came out first and said, look, this is not a crime. We paid for it. That was months ago. And now, Michael Cohen gets on the stand and says, I paid because the candidate told me to. And people go, oh my God, he implicated the president. Oh no. Impeachment. It's like hundreds of times, maybe thousands of times that I've heard impeachment in the last few days. This has to be impeachment. He's a felon. You know, he committed a felony because Michael Cohen admitted to a felony. So he has to be. No. Slow down, people. Slow down. Rudolph Giuliani told you, America's mayor, Rudy Giuliani, told you that he paid for it months ago. That's not a crime. Now, if they want, you have to first off, if you want to say that Trump made a campaign contribution to himself and then use that contribution to pay the Stormy Daniels and McDougal, if you want to say that, you have to prove that, right? And I see this morning that the National Enquirer, the head of the National Enquirer, just got immunity, and supposedly he has a safe full of Trump secrets. The problem with that is that he has a safe of Trump secrets. He's been doing this for years for Trump. So you can't say this is something Trump has done over the years, paid people off. So you can't say that the only thing that motivated Donald Trump to pay off these women was his campaign and see that as a campaign contribution when he has a wife, a son, other children, grown, but other children that he doesn't want to let down, and he pays people off. This is something that he's always done. And by the way, people who voted for Trump knew that Trump had a wild life, that Trump was a playboy. So this isn't new news. Rudy Giuliani came out months ago and said Trump had paid for it. Michael Cohen admitting to a campaign violation, which I want to see what the campaign violation is, because it says that he contributed to Trump's campaign, that he violated the campaign finance laws because he paid and didn't file the paperwork. If that's true, I want to see that, because Trump, Rudy Giuliani and everybody is saying that Trump paid for it. If Michael Cohen paid for it, then Michael Cohen is the one with the problem. But even that wouldn't be something that would require jail time. It would be a slap on the wrist offense, like Obama not reporting $2 million from his 2008 campaign. Yeah, and I need to repeat this because nobody knows that Obama went through the same thing, not with women. Let's say, Obama was a loyal husband. That's not his problem. But he's not Donald Trump. That's Donald Trump's problem, him and women. That doesn't make you impeachable. Look at Kennedy. Look at Bill Clinton. That doesn't make you impeachable. Okay, so if Cohen paid, I want to see those payments because he got reimbursed by Trump. I want to see exactly what law he broke in the campaign finance law. Was it Trump paying or was it Cohen paying? And not filing paperwork is something you could go and do retroactively, where they would tell you need to pay a fine. Like Obama not reporting his $2 million in 2008. Obama was hit with almost a $400,000 fine. $375,000, I think, for not reporting donations into his campaign. Over $2 million. And it wasn't found until they did an audit. So the Inspector General did an audit. So this is the thing. we want equal treatment under the law, right? So if you do something for, if it was a slap on the wrist for Obama, it has to be even a smaller slap on the wrist for Trump, or even for the sleazebag Michael Cohen, who people are saying he flipped. Yeah, he flipped so much, he's on his head. He's making up stuff. It's like the judge in the Manafort case. In the beginning of the case, he told the prosecutors, you don't care about what Manafort did. Your motivation here is to get Donald Trump, to impeach Donald Trump. And you're trying to get him to sing or to compose. That came from the judge. And what that means to sing or compose is to flip on Trump or to compose, if there's no information that he has to flip on Trump, to make it up. And that's exactly what Michael Cohen is doing. All right. Woo. But it's good. I love this stuff because all of these people, Trump haters, hate. They have this hate for Trump. They want to get Trump, right? And not because they think Trump's a horrible human being and stuff. I think it's because everything that Donald Trump said about Barack Obama before he ran for president. And Barack Obama being so sure that, you remember when he was, I think, on Jimmy Kimmel, when he dropped the mic, you're never going to be president. All of that stuff, and Trump actually beating Hillary and Obama because Obama campaigned for the last month and a half. And in some places, in place of Hillary. So people, are angry. They're a little angry. I get it. I really do. I get it. But to hate somebody enough. Remember, this is all about collusion. It started with collusion. They don't have collusion. So now Mueller has the New York State Attorney General threatening to go after Trump's family, to go after Trump's businesses. This is all a vendetta to get a sitting president. And keep in mind, and this is what I said all along while Barack Obama was president and he was creating laws on his own. When he was creating laws on his own, when he created DACA, right? And now a judge isn't allowing the Trump administration to change the EPA regulations that Obama put in. Right? So when you're giving certain presidents the power to create laws themselves, be careful, because another one is coming. Another one is coming. And that's what brought in Trump. This unfairness that's allowed to live, to breed, that was allowed to live and breed under Obama, where he was able to do whatever he wanted. The IRS went after the Tea Party, and it was nothing. Nobody got charged with anything. The IRS head retired with her pension. But nothing under Obama. You have Fast and Furious, where the Obama Justice Department was running guns into Mexico that killed Mexicans and border agents. Nothing. Eric Holder was held in contempt of Congress. But that's it. It didn't go anywhere because nobody cared to do anything about Obama. And on all of these cases, Obama would go out and comment on it. I remember on the IRS case, he said there wasn't a smidgen of wrongdoing. you could go on. Look, it didn't matter under Obama, whatever he did. But, you know, it shows you that there's a difference. And everybody goes, well, Comey is a Republican. Mueller's a Republican. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. Show us where they're Republican. What are you talking about? And should party matter? Should the hatred, should a vendetta against somebody matter what political side they're on? It doesn't matter. I could hate somebody who's Republican. I can hate somebody who's Democrat. Whew. All right. We got really big problems. Really, really big problems. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM. Your home for community radio.
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Leaving on my crib, just minding my shit, so the lights in the mirror seatbelt went click. I'm innocent, my paper's legit, but that wasn't gonna stop him from giving me shit. He's walking to my door, tapping on my glass, telling me his reasons for what he called fast. Doesn't matter, got no time to stress. Can somebody be my witness? Frustrated, irritated while I'm sitting in court looking at the jury, feeling no support. My lawyer telling me to take plea. I can see the judge's eyes saying I should agree. But that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Left my girl home, now I'm rolling on my own. No shame that I pregame, secrets how to save. That's just how I do, and my friends do. But now I'm clubbing like a fool. Supermodel shaped like a Coke bottle. Killer smile like a style, all the fellas going wild. Let's connect, got the tech and she expect. This is something I regret. From my pocket, she's a threat. Here she comes.
Hey, what's up?
What you think? Did she just wink? Stay focused. What's your name?
Buy me a drink?
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. 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 That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. Owe me money, pay up. Hot for me, please stop. Wanna ride, pay for gas. Broke food, kiss my, pay for dinner. Can't do, now you mad. Who's you? Act sick, got the cure. Fake people, move it off. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real big problem.
You're listening to Breaking News with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave. All right, let's move. Well, kind of move on, right? Still talking about Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen, who hired Lanny Davis, right? Former Clinton lawyer. I don't know if he's former. Maybe he's still the Clinton lawyer, right? So Lanny Davis is going full tilt after President Trump, right? It's like, literally, it's like, it's the campaign again. And Lanny Davis is out there, right? And one of the reporters asked if would Michael Cohen accept a pardon if Trump offered a pardon. Lanny Davis just, no, we don't want a pardon. Like if Lanny is part of Michael Cohen's life, you know, like he's part of the Cohen's family, we don't want a pardon, really. So Michael Cohen, who Lanny Davis said had his come to Jesus moment during the Helsinki meeting with Putin, that summit with Putin, Lanny Davis said that he watched that and he realized that the president wasn't good for the country. So that was Michael Cohen's come to Jesus moment. And then now he wouldn't even take, he'll do 5 years without his family. I would never take a pardon from this president. Really? Man, this president is not offering you a pardon, by the way. But for a lawyer to just answer that without ever talking to his client whether he wants a pardon. Lenny, we don't want a pardon. It's insane. And it shows you now who's helping Michael Cohen. The Clintons. I'm sure Bill and Hillary gave Lenny a call and said, look, let's roll up. Let's roll up on this cat. He's broke. He doesn't have any more money. Mueller has bankrupted him, like Bob Mueller has done to everybody. He's bankrupted him, so now he needs assistance. And here comes the Clintons. Lenny Davis swoops in to help him. And now Lenny Davis is saying that stuff he did for Bill Clinton, get people to sign NDAs, is illegal for Trump to do it. Come on, Lenny. It's ridiculous. And then Lenny gets on CNN and says, if you invest in the truth, go to Michael Cohen's GoFundMe page if you want to hear his version of the truth. That's exactly what Giuliani is saying. The truth for you may not be the truth for me. So the truth sometimes isn't the truth, right? And you have people who plea to things they've never done because they're looking at 25 years and somebody offers you 1 to 3 years, you take the 1 to 3 years. Right? You have drug dealers busted for more stuff than they plea for. They end up pleading to smaller charges. So Robert Mueller gets Michael Cohen to plea to something that probably wasn't even illegal. But it's interesting. I want to see all the paperwork of what Michael Cohen, what campaign finance law he broke. Because if he was just paying off these women at the direction of Donald Trump, and it was Donald Trump's money, what did he do? All right, but now, if you want to invest in Michael Cohen's truth, go to Michael Cohen's GoFundMe page. While you're there, go to my GoFundMe page too. Go look up Harry Droz. I got a GoFundMe page too, because with all these people asking for money, I want you to go fund me. Retire me. Retire me. I got a bad back, bad knees. Retire me. All right, let's move on. Okay, here goes a good one. South Africa risks economic destruction in seizing white-owned farms. Wow. So South Africa faces potential economic calamity if it moves ahead with the seizure of largely white-owned farmland, analysts warned this week. Right? South African economic analysts and U.S. observers say the country risks inviting the kind of devastation that left neighboring Zimbabwe's economy in ruins after a similar forced exploration. Somebody's calling me from Beverly Hills. I don't think so. Scheme targeting some of the country's most productive farmland. And yeah, that's what happened in Zimbabwe. They seized white-owned farms, and now the economy crashed. They're actually begging the white farmers to come back, and it's not happening. But and guess who was over there in South Africa? Actually praising this government. Yeah, Barack Hussein Obama was there. And that's all I got to say about that, right? Barack was there, and he didn't say anything about what they're doing. Right? We're going backwards. Now we're going to take people's stuff based on race. So we want to go backwards. And I'm saying that for people who are saying, well, this happened in the past, this people. So you want to go backwards. And then once you're done doing it, and other people get in power, do they get to do it to you again? And then you want to live this vicious cycle of hate. I'm just saying, if you're defending it out there, be better than that. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
We want an immediate end to this police brutality and mob attack that our people are confronted by every single day, every single week, every single month.
This used to be the land of opportunity. People used to strive for peace. We don't even use the word unity until them guns release. Young kids dropping out of school, thinking they know it all, don't even know the rules. Grown men want to kill themselves for a cause. Innocent people losing their lives in the cause. History repeating itself, what are we doing? The revolution will be televised, still brewing. CNN cameras, satellite coverage. We heading for destruction, don't forget your luggage. Marvin Gaye's vision, what's going on? Back in 71, it's being reborn. We need to wake up, people getting shot dead. Homie lost his life for doing what the police said.
I just wanna know if we gonna last. The glass is half full, the bottom's coming fast. I just wanna know where's all the justice? Blame it on the system. No, we can't trust it. I just wanna know if we gonna last. The glass is half full, the bottom's coming fast. I just wanna know where's all the justice? Blame it on the system. No, we can't trust it. I just wanna know. Too much stress, but Lord knows we trying different drama every day. Too many young people dying, having conversations like, what happened to the youth? You really wanna know? We stopped teaching them the truth. Took the power from the parents, took religion out of school. I just watched the fire challenge. Who's raising these fools? Damn. Too many cubs, no lions. Too many broken hearts and families crying. Damn. Will we ever be free at last? The way we going, I don't know if we gon' even last. Martin Luther still having dreams. Listen closely, you can hear the screams. Yeah, violence all across your TV screens. Turning into Malcolm by any means. Yeah, corruption busting through the seams. Hands up, screaming loud, don't kill my dreams. If we gonna last, the glass is half full, the bottom's coming fast. I just wanna know where's all the justice? Blame it on the system. No, we can't trust it. I just wanna know if we gonna last. The glass is half full, the bottom's coming fast. I just wanna know where's all the justice? Blame it on the system. No, we can't trust it. I just wanna know
what was going through Ali head when he fought, and what they put into his head. Now that's allegedly, of course. I wanna know why them judges bringing books to the court. Strictly the Flinger brothers stripping the child of his child support. He wanna know why his daddy left, but he don't know he mad he left. Now they're in school and he's using aggressive force. I wanna know how you shoot a man unarmed in view of the camera, and they get plastered on the news. That's sticking to the plan, damn, but they don't know, and they don't care where they don't go. But do you blame them? Well, that cognitive dissonance to each your soul, that's how I go. That's why I'm Garvey like split flip the Molly type, to lift the kids to higher heights. That's it, provided right, like Beastman Riders, right, I'm right. A thievery when time is tight. I'm talking land and resources, yeah, the diamond type. Bet you ain't know, if you don't think, then you don't grow. That leave you stunning by the liquor store corner screaming, I just wanna know if we gonna last. The glass is half full.
You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news. All right, let's move on. A story from USA Today. Why should Congress perpetuate this witch hunt opposing view? In light of Michael Cohen's plea deal, Democrats and the liberal news media are out for blood. Representative Elijah Cummings called for a congressional hearing to obtain sworn testimony directly from Mr. Cohen. Time magazine proclaimed Trump is in trouble. Here's how much worse it can get. Except he's not, and it won't get worse. Actual campaign finance experts outside the liberal outrage mob generally agree. Even if Cohen's activities are campaign related, though they probably aren't, because it's though him paying off a woman to protect his family, they amount to a Federal Election Commission. Oh, here goes. Okay, let me read this over. Even if Cohen's activities are campaign related, though they probably aren't, they amount to a Federal Election Commission speeding ticket. That's it. President Donald Trump didn't violate campaign finance law. The payments made to Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal came from his personal finances, not campaign funds, for something he believed was unrelated to the campaign. As the president told Fox News, they didn't come out of the campaign, they came from me. At the very worst, even if recharacterized to be a campaign related violation, amounts to the underreporting relatively insignificant contributions from a candidate to his own campaign. Okay? So, it's what I was saying. If Bob Mueller manages to characterize this money that he paid these women as campaign funds, it's just him giving to himself, and it just needs to be re-reported, which amounts to a slap on the wrist, a speeding ticket. All right, that's USA Today. Let's see. This is from Slate. Donald Trump has little to fear from the FEC. And if this page will move. The Election Commission... Jeez, I'm fumbling and bumbling. The Election Commission could take years to determine whether Stormy Daniels' payoff was an illegal campaign contribution. Of course, but these days, let's just convict Trump, right? Based on what President Donald Trump hears on television about the Federal Election Commission, the nation's cable news consumer-in-chief must be panicked. Day after day, talk and squawk about how the independent government agency is poised to pounce. Their contention of $130,000 hush money payment in the October 2016 elections from Donald Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, to porn actress and Trump paramour, Stormy Daniels, could constitute an illegal in-kind campaign contribution to Trump's presidential campaign, one that exceeds federal limits of $2,700 per election and wasn't properly disclosed. So, if it's characterized, this $130,000, but if you take the McDougal one of $150, which Trump is saying never got paid, but let's mount them together, there will be $280. But they're saying $130,000 is more than the $2,700 that you're allowed to, to actually per person per election, right? But that doesn't apply to himself. The person running, the candidate could give as much as he wants to his own campaign. That's the difference. CNN analyst Joey Jackson expects a robust FEC inquiry. They're certainly in charge. The regulatory body, he said. Fox News analyst Juan Williams predicted an FEC investigation will loom over Trump like a cloud. So this is just Democrats hoping, like the people I work with, that there's something more. Oh my God, this is going to be the impeachable offense. Not collusion. Remember, this all started with collusion. If they don't find collusion and they're going to try to impeach Trump on this, the nation is in trouble. They're worried about a Federal Election Commission violation, CNN analyst Paul Callan said of the Trump legal team. Trump, however, has little cause to fear of the FEC anytime soon. Even if the agency created by Congress in response to Watergate is empowered to enforce federal campaign finance laws, here's why. Complicated FEC investigations often take years. On January 22nd, campaign finance reform organization Common Cause filed a complaint against Trump and his presidential campaign, accusing them of violating federal election law in relation to the Daniels payment. Don't be shocked if the FEC doesn't rule on the complaint until 2020. Statistics provided by the FEC's Steve Waller indicated that the agency, as of September 30, had 20 unresolved complaints more than 2 years old on its books. Of those, 11 were more than 3 years. So anyway, this takes forever. The 2008 campaign violation of Obama didn't get taken care of till 2012 or 2015. Anyway, years later, at least 4 years later. And that's because they have to determine whether it's a campaign violation. And the campaign finance laws are tricky. It's not that easy. And the lawyers, go at it for years. So anyway, all right. Let me play some more music. Then I got to get out of here. You're listening to breaking news, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Keep playing the fool between you and I. They say love hurts, yeah, do we slow? This emotion picture like a movie, yo. This ish got me going in circles. Lord Winslow, I ain't gonna be your Urkel, but I can't find the strength, I need to let you know. Damn, I really need to let you go. I'm tired of being your April fool. We get back together, then you do me like you do. And I ain't used to feeling like this. I'm supposed to be happy, I'm rich. Instead you got it again up late, tossing and turning, Henny in a cup, kush roll, then it's burning. Yeah, I know I gotta get a grip, cause I can't keep living like this.
You must think I'm supposed to be here with you and I won't leave. No, I can't keep playing the fool. I'm done with you. This ain't how it's supposed to be. You don't act the same with me. No, I can't keep playing the fool. I'm done with you. I'm gonna pack up and leave. Then you wanna beg for me. No, I can't keep playing the fool. I'm done with you. As soon as I walk out the door, you realize that I was more. No, I can't keep playing the fool. I'm done with you. It's this and it's that. You leave, then you come back. I don't wanna be your April fool. You talk ish, get that. We fight.
You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave. Hey, what's up, Lindsay Marie? And what's up, Cameron? You usually comment what's going on. Obama had what? Well, look, Lindsay's right. Obama had them too, right? Obama had campaign finance violations. He did. And at a much greater amount, 2 million. Right? And we're acting like this is the first president. Actually, it happens a lot. And Hillary Clinton is going to have one pretty soon, too. I know people had filed complaints on her paying the 9 to 12 million to Fusion GPS. Right? Fusion GPS, who writes the dossier that the FBI, the unverified, salacious dossier, I'm using James Comey, his words that he said in front of Congress, unverified and salacious dossier. That's what James Comey called it. And Hillary Clinton paid for it. The FBI and her collude. Yeah, that's collusion. And the FBI ends up using Hillary Clinton's opposition research to go after Trump. Now, Hillary Clinton didn't file that as a campaign expense. sure the Federal Elections Commission is looking at her too. But you know, we like to play this game as if Trump is is the first president to ever do anything wrong, to be evil. Like, this is the first evil president. First off, evil is something that you decide whether a person's evil, right? But Obama didn't lie. People say Trump lies every day. Do you realize how long that campaign for Obamacare lasted? I think it was 2 years, where Obama constantly told you if you want your doctor, you could keep your doctor, knowing for a fact that what he was telling you was a lie. It's different when Trump is exaggerating. When Trump's exaggerating something to make himself look good. But when Obama came out and lied to you on a policy, on a law that was about to be passed, trying to get you on his side, so he intentionally lied to you, you don't think that was bad? Anyway, let's move on. All right. This is from Fox News. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This is from a professor at Rutgers University. Jeez, my tongue isn't working right today. Fumbling over every word. This is from a professor. I hereby resign from my race. F these people, white professor writes online, sparking furor. A white professor at Rutgers University in New Jersey violated the school's policy when he complained about other white people in a post on Facebook, according to the report. The university says it prohibits discrimination and harassment, and judged that history professor James Livingston, who is white, crossed a line with his comments. Now, let me read the post. Let me finish reading this post by this guy, which is insane. In the post, Livingston slammed other white people, describing them as entitled and saying they impeded access to his dinner. This place, he writes, this burger joint, is overrun with little Caucasian a-holes who know their parents will approve of anything they do. This guy he hates himself. And I know, look, I see a lot of people who are fighting against themselves, right? White men hate themselves. You know, and you hear it all the time. You know, white men are the ones who are criminals in this country. I'm afraid of white men. I'm afraid of... It's a movement. It's a racist movement. And this guy, this white guilt that he's feeling, this hate, this white hate, is hating himself and others like him. Others he sees like him because he was brainwashed to think that there's no good in himself. So there's no good in any white person he sees. He sounds like a victim of something that was done to him. Right? I understand when I hear African Americans and Hispanics feeling, oh my God, you know, but I can never get to the point, like, I know a lot of people who just hate white people because of something their ancestors did. I've never been able to get to that point. And I feel sorry for somebody who hates themselves because they're white. You shouldn't hate yourself because you're black, because you're white, because you're Hispanic. You shouldn't hate yourself, period. And the people who are driving this message are hateful people. And they should look in the mirror. You don't want the hate that was directed at you now to be directed at others. Be better than that. we're never going to move forward if we keep repeating these vicious cycles of hate. And these vicious cycles of hate are being promoted and propagandized by the left, by the Democrats. All right, it's been fun, but I got to get out of here. You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the news with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. It'd be good if I play music. See ya!
Be resolute of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches, there's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside, every man is destined for his power.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went, not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his worth is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams, keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement, move towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility, avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, it ain't hard to figure out. Why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you, it's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fruit.
This is Harry Groves, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven.